I used to think I was pretty good with money. I mean, I have a finance degree, I even worked in banking. I could probably calculate compound interest in my sleep. But I had this nagging feeling, and then this huge realization that I was missing something absolutely crucial. And this quote right here, this gets to the very heart of it. Knowing all the theory is one thing, but actually putting it into practice in your own life, that's a completely different game. The habits that really, truly transformed my financial life weren't these complex formulas. They were small, almost ridiculously simple changes that just grew over time. So, what's the real difference here? Well, being financially educated, that's the person on the left. You know the concepts, you can pass the test. But being financially literate, that's the person on the right. That's when your actions actually line up with your goals. It's about doing, not just knowing. And that shift is exactly what we're going to break down. Which brings us to our very first section. It all has to start here, with making sure your money is actually working toward the life you really truly want to live. Okay, so here's our first tiny habit. Find your gap. It's a super simple three-step exercise. First, you're going to list your top 5 life priorities. Then, go back and review your last 30 days of spending. Now, when I did this for the first time, wow, I found this massive disconnect. So I did step 3. I started to intentionally close that gap, pushing my money toward my priorities. And the weirdest thing happened, I actually felt richer, even though I was spending the exact same amount of money. Our second habit is the monthly money date. And trust me, this is a real game changer. We're talking 30 minutes once a month to just review your spending and check in on your goals. But the secret sauce is in that final step. Pick just one simple, totally achievable focus for the next 30 days. Seriously, not 10 goals, just one. This stops you from getting overwhelmed and makes success feel pretty much inevitable. All right, section 2. Now that you're aligned, the next big step is to take willpower completely out of the equation. This is all about automating your system so it works for you in the background, not the other way around. So habit number 3 is simple. Automate everything you possibly can. I mean, let's be honest. Nobody enjoys manually paying bills or transferring money to savings. It's boring. And when things are boring, what do? We put them off. Automation is the secret weapon for consistency. So what should you automate? Well, start with your fixed bills. Have them come out right after you get paid. Then set up automatic transfers into your savings accounts. You can even automate recurring subscriptions for things you always need. The beauty of this is you make the decision just once, you set it up, and then you can just forget about it. That frees up so much mental energy. Okay, section 3. We've managed the present, so now let's build for the future. And this is about way more than just saving money. It's about actively growing your wealth by investing in assets and, maybe most importantly, investing in yourself. Habit number 4 is to invest and to do it early. Time is your single greatest ally when it comes to building wealth. Even tiny amounts of money can grow into something huge, all thanks to the magic of compounding. And a really simple way to get started is with low-cost index funds. They basically let you invest in the whole market all at once. But our 5th habit, this one might be the best investment you can ever make. It isn't stocks or crypto or real estate, it's your own skills. Just think about it for a second. You spend $500 on a course that helps you earn an extra $1,000 a year. Do you know what that is? That's a 200% return in the first year alone, and it just keeps on compounding. Your skills are the one asset nobody can ever take away from you. On to section 4. Financial literacy isn't just about spreadsheets and numbers. A huge part of it is the inner game. It's your psychology, your mindset, and your whole perspective on money. And this brings us to habit number 6, talk about money. This slide shows this massive psychological hurdle we all seem to have. Look at this first bar. 62% of people just don't talk about money. Now look at the second one. 66%. Even more people believe that having those exact conversations is a key to building wealth. We know it's important, but we're just too uncomfortable to do it. Breaking that taboo is a huge step forward. The 7th habit is all about your mindset. It's about reframing how you see saving money. Instead of it being a sacrifice you make today, start seeing it as a gift you're giving to your future self. Every dollar you invest is literally buying you future freedom and security. And when you really think of it that way, it stops feeling like a loss and starts to feel like an act of self-love.
All right, our final section. We've covered a lot of ground, but it all comes back to that first idea we talked about, the difference between just learning something and actually doing it. So let's talk about how to finally bridge that gap.
And that leads us to our eighth and final habit, the implementation habit. This is so powerful. Whenever you learn something new about money, from a book, an article, anything, just implement one small piece of it that very same day. There's a cool psychological reason this works. Our brains are literally wired to remember unfinished tasks. By acting immediately, you close that mental loop and you turn a random idea into real, tangible progress. So, here's the crucial point of all of this. You've just learned about 8 new habits, but please don't try to do them all at once. You'll just get overwhelmed. Instead, ask yourself the question on this slide. What is the one single tiny action you will take today to move yourself forward? Just commit to that one thing. And really, that's what this is all about. Making those thoughtful, sometimes hard decisions today that creates a completely different quality of life for you tomorrow. Getting your money right isn't just about the numbers. It's about building the life you truly want to live.